since your first time. Open up and let your heart flow. Dare to be different, show 'em how to go. Of course they gon' hate, that's a part of life. But that's when you really know you're doing right. They like to keep it classy, you don't need to fight. Just kidding them with the 16.
Hello Libra, welcome back. This is just going to be a general reading for you guys on, what energies are you experiencing or situations that you may be going through right now. If you need some clarity, just looking into to see what the cards have to say, really. If you find that these messages are resonating, please leave a like and a comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Everything will be in the description on how to contact me if you want to book a personal reading, and if you need to check your moon and rising signs, definitely go ahead and check those videos out. I also will have a link in the description, so that way if you don't know your moon and your rising or any of your other placements, you can go there to that website and you can figure out whatever your chart positions are. As long as you know that your time of birth, you can definitely figure that out. So Libra, let's talk, because the last reading I did for you guys, I don't know if it was what you were manifesting or if it was another kind of like general reading or whatever reading I did for you, Libra, the last time, where it was just kind of like really hard to tap into your energy. And I think I even said, I was like, I had to restart the reading or just redo the whole thing, because I just wasn't feeling it. Like the cards wasn't, I don't know, I don't know what it was. It was just hard to tap in. And then the other day, I did your reading, and I was gonna post it, but then I was like halfway through, I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling this. I don't know what it is. And I can tell you that I remember exactly what the cards were saying. It's just the way, I don't know. It's just like it didn't want me to like read into your situation. And sometimes the cards does that, where you're reading something and sometimes it's just totally clear and you can see the messages right in front of you, but then some other times it's kind of like spirit doesn't allow you to see everything, or only gives you what you're allowed to see or what they want you to convey. So it was kind of hard, but the gist of that reading was there was a breakthrough that you guys are going through, and it was like, and it was weird. It was this weird energy, because it was like I couldn't really tell what was going on because it was a breakthrough, but I'm like, okay, it's a breakthrough, or like it was the Tower was the first card that came out, like it literally flew out, and it was so dramatic. So I'm like, okay, this has to be a really dramatic change that you're going through right now. And then the Eight of Wands came out, and then it was like, okay, so I said, okay, clearly whatever this is coming in hot, like it's like barreling towards you, whether you know it or not. And like this Tower moment is picking up speed, but it was just so weird because I just really could not tap into it and really figure out what it was. And then I kind of got something where it was like, okay, maybe like you find out that it was almost kind of like something through the grapevine that you hear, that you find out, like either something that you weren't meant to find out, but you end up finding out anyway, and it puts you ahead of like a curve, or like ahead of some like drama, or ahead of something. It's like you get information that was not privy to you that helps you get ahead of a situation. It was really weird. So I'm gonna see what the cards say this time, because that reading was really weird, and I just didn't feel comfortable posting it because I was just like, I don't know what's going on, and it's not meant for me to know everything that's going on, but I genuinely just did not feel comfortable with like how the reading was going, because I just was like, I don't understand what's going on. But we have the Nine of Wands out first. A little bit of hesitant energy here. Undecided. Maybe you're a little bit tired. You still have a little bit of ways to go through this cycle or through this journey that you're currently on. And even then, this is kind of like harkening back to what I was saying. It's like almost looking in from the outside is what I'm getting from this. It's like you're looking in from the outside of a situation that has like nothing to do with you, but everything to do with you at the same time. And I'm using different cards for you. So I'm using my my OG Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I was clarifying with the Wild Unknown tarot. So I'm gonna clarify with the Everyday tarot this time to see what comes out. But I'm starting with these with Rider-Waite first, because usually I really get really precise, in-depth messages with these cards. Just the energy is overall different with these cards. You have the Two of Wands, which is the Seven of Wands energy at play here. So it's something that you're, so if when you go from the 9 to the 2, or the 2 to the 9, there's a Seven of Wands in between, and energy in between that. So the Two of Wands is, you're looking forward to future possibilities here. You're putting something behind you and going forward with something else. You have the world in your hand, so literally the world is at your fingertips. Ooh, damn, I just like dropped all my cards. Yeah, the world is at your fingertips, but then in between those two energies is the Seven of Wands energy. And it's almost like either you're guarding up against something, not guarding, I don't want to say guarding, but you're maybe feeling, guarding, feeling defensive. Seven of Wands is usually you're on higher ground, you're on top of the situation. Anything that's a perceived threat is just that, it's only perceived. All bark, no bite is pretty much what I take the Seven of Wands for. So whichever one of those energies resonates with you, definitely take that. But it's like you're looking on the outside, looking from the outside looking in, or you're kind of hesitant about going forward with something, and you may be a little bit defensive for some reason. I think the Seven of Wands came out in your last reading too, but I honestly don't remember. I remember the Tower, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Cups. It was really weird energy. But not in that order though. But the two first cards was the Tower and the Eight of Wands. So we'll see what else. We'll see what this deck has to say, and then I'll clarify with the other and see if something new comes out, something old comes out. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So tending to your business, tending to household, tending to your responsibilities. You may be coming up with a new business plan or just some type of financial plan or something like that. Moving forward. Maybe there's something that you would like to invest in, but you really aren't, but you're a little bit hesitant about that at the moment. You have the Hierophant. So there's traditions involved with this, whatever this is. Yeah, there's traditions. Could also have to do with something about like being like an official, not being an official, like being an official somehow, right? Like taking on some sort of leadership position. Maybe you're hesitant about taking on a leadership position or a public figure kind of position almost. But definitely being someone who is looked up to or taking the lead in something, whether it's something, you know, just regular, like at a regular job, or if you're putting yourself out there in the public, using your voice somehow, some way, or just, you know, being a leader. Maybe you're fighting against, like, because when I get this, I literally kind of get like a housewife with this. Like, tradition is like, you know, they say the tradition is the woman stays home and takes care of the kids and cooks and cleans and shit, but we know that's not the case anymore. But this is kind of what this is giving me, because you have traditions and then you have literally like the mother of the home, mother of the earth, right? So maybe some of you, if you are, for my women out there, maybe you are in a position where it's like maybe you are a housewife, or you're a stay-at-home mom, and it's kind of like maybe you want to start putting yourself back out there with like starting your own business, or just putting yourself out there in general, right? Like stepping outside of the house and doing something that where your identity isn't solely tied to being like a wife or a mother and staying home and taking care of the kids and stuff. And maybe you're a little bit hesitant about that. Maybe you want to give up, maybe you want to give up the family life and be a single woman. I don't know. You looking to put your old, I'm goofy, but putting your family behind you and starting a new life. I mean, it happens, you know, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all have paths in life that we are wanting to take and things that we're called to do, even if it may seem like it's not the right choice, but you know, but I'm sure that's not for everybody, of course, but let me see what else comes out here for Libra. Oh, okay. This was the other card that came out in the first reading, the Eight of Cups. It went the Tower, Eight of Wands. Either something came before the Eight of Cups, or it was the Eight of Cups, because it was two. No, it was the Eight of Cups after that, because you had two eights, and I specifically was talking about like 88, or the number 8 could be significant too for some reason. But yeah, but you're walking away from something, and didn't I literally just say to you, like, maybe you're walking away from a family and starting a new life? You're walking away, if it's not that, you're walking away from some sort of maybe like tradition, or maybe a position where you are in charge. You know, like if you're a stay-at-home mother, you're in charge of the home, in the sense of like making sure you're holding down the fort while, you know, your partner is at work or something like that. But it doesn't have to necessarily be that, but just something where you're responsible and where you're like looked up to, you know, you have some sort of influence, and you're like walking away from that. You're definitely walking away from something, though, because like I said, you're like putting something behind you and walking towards something new with the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands. Oh, hold on. What's this? Eight of Wands. Listen, Eight of Wands. See, King of Cups also came out behind that, but I'm not going to take him, but it came out at the same time. But Eight of Wands, literally. So something is picking up. Something is definitely picking up here. And that's underneath the Nine of Wands. So it's like whatever decision you feel, whatever decision that you feel kind of hesitant on, or something where you just kind of feel like you really, not that you don't really want to make the decision, but it's just kind of like maybe you're worried about other people's opinions or the outcome of you choosing that situation. Once you make that decision, everything is going to start just rapidly moving for you. Or you're going to be making this decision really quickly, like something changes your mind, or something comes into you, you know, into your reality, into your world, into your, you know, whatever, and it kind of like wakes you up and makes you make that decision really quickly, and then from there on, it's just like momentum. Ten of Wands. Underneath the two, Ten of Wands underneath the two, excuse me. Ten of Wands underneath the Two of Wands. I feel like I kept saying Two of Wands twice, but yeah. And again, like, you have the Eight of Wands energy at play between the 2 and the 10, right? So, more of that fast-paced energy. It's like you're putting down, a burden here. It's something that you were, like, really just holding on to for a while, or just kind of, like, really carrying, and then now it's like you're choosing to walk away from that. And it's like you're walking away from it, you're putting things down. It's like you're making a really quick choice about something. Like something just really makes you make this quick choice to just unburden yourself. The Moon underneath the Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles is hiding something. Huh. She's hiding something. She's maybe a little bit fearful of something, because you do have the Nine of Wands. So you could be a little, again, little hesitant, or it could be something like, again, this could represent like fears of the subconscious fears, these subconscious fears. I know that was weird how I said it, but things even being illuminated, what's done in the dark comes to light kind of thing here. And which brings me back to that first reading I did for you, where it's like, which I feel like the Moon did come out for it as well too at some point, but it's like, and actually in the same position, in the third position, in the second line, if I'm not mistaken, maybe, but it's definitely something either that's being hidden from you, and then like something causes you to make that the choice to walk away or abandon something, turn your back on this person, the situation. Something coming to light, because like the first reading, I was like, there's something through the grapevine. It was like something that was just like revealed through the grapevine. Maybe you like overheard something, maybe you eavesdropped on something, like maybe somebody said something to you that you weren't oh yes, that's what it was, because the Eight of Wands, I was like, somebody could be communicating to you, about something. And this is almost kind of like with the Nine of Wands. I'm like, okay, this is all coming back to me now. I feel like somebody was either hesitant to tell you something and you found out about it and it allowed you to get ahead of something and get out of there, or you hesitant to make a choice. And I feel like this energy was in the same reading, in the last reading, where I'm like, okay, maybe you were hesitant about making a decision. I don't really think I really said hesitant about something, but it was an energy where it's like, okay, like you're just choosing to get the fuck out of here for some reason. It was weird because it was like this weird in between energy. It was almost like, again, like being on the outside of something, or like not really having all the facts about something, but then something comes in and you're like, holy shit, like, and it allows you to get ahead, and like you avoid, I don't want to say you avoid the tower, because whatever came in was the tower, but it's like you avoided most of like the catastrophic drama, all of that stuff that came with it. Four Swords. You have the Nine of Pentacles and Empress here. That also showed up, but I'm not going to take them because they didn't really fall out. They just flipped over. But Four Swords is underneath the Hierophant. Four Swords is like a resting energy. It could also be a lot of the fours. I'm gonna say a lot of the fours, because not really Four of Wands, but like Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and what's Four of Wands? Four of Wands is, oh no, I said Four of Wands. Four of Pentacles. You really, because it's like fours is almost like a contemplative energy in a sense, but not the Wands or the Pentacles, in my opinion. Just the Swords and the Cups. It's like you're contemplating on something. The Four of Swords more specifically is like, in some cases, it's like, okay, maybe you're taking a vacation from something, or maybe you're just resting, like literally resting, getting away from something. It also could represent like being sick or something like that, but depending on what's, showing up. But Four of Swords in this case, time's up. I heard time's up. Like, even though it's like taking a time out, but it's like time's up or something. I don't know. The Death card. So transformation. Not sure if that came out in your first reading, but that's underneath the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away, and something's transforming. You're choosing to transform something, and maybe the Tower is something that you initiated yourself. You have Three of Pentacles. I feel like that. Nah, I think that actually came out in your reading, if I'm not mistaken. I know Three of Cups did. It was a lot of repeating cards. Like, it was so many repeating cards, and it was just so confusing that I just kind of just left it where it was, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to redo this because this is actually really weird. Like, literally all the same cards kept popping up when I was clarifying, and it was just so, like, it was weird. Not weird, but it was just strange to see, because I really couldn't pick up on the energy of what it was. Three of Pentacles, yeah, so maybe this is a conversation. Again, like, maybe this is a conversation, because this is like trading ideas, working with each other, being cooperative, exchanging ideas. I think I said that already, obviously. I don't know if I did, but yeah. It's like somebody is saying something to you. Maybe somebody says something in passing, and it's not really, I don't know. it's just kind of feel like it was something where like you weren't really meant to know about this, but because somebody said something, or maybe you came in at the right time, or like, I don't know, saw something and asked about it. I'm not sure. It's really, you have the Hangman here. So gaining another perspective on whatever this is. I kind of almost feel like with the Hangman energy, it's like you're, because even though he seems like he's like, you know, he's a hangman, so like he could be in trouble, right? He could be somebody left him there to think about his choices so he can get a different opinion on something. Maybe this is you. Maybe something somebody says to you changes your opinion about something. Like your first card out is the Nine of Wands, so it's something you're undecided on, and somebody comes to you, you come across something, somebody says something, or whatever, I don't know, and it's like it changes your, it something clicks for you, and it changes your perspective, and I think that's when that click for you is like what allows you to leave whatever this is, leave this energy behind, this person, this situation. I am at 21 minutes here. And even the last time your reading was almost like 30 minutes long, because I was just like, what the hell is going on? Strength card. You need to either use your inner strength or you need to resist something. It could be also a confrontation about something as well. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's something here where it's like you find out something, and then maybe this is what this is. Because even your last reading, I didn't want to. Because even your last reading, the first one, I was like, I don't know if it's like a friend group. Maybe you hear somebody talking about you behind your back, or you find out they were, or something like that. It was some sort of conflict and drama that was there, and it was just weird because it was so muddied. And now I'm kind of like, this is a little bit better if I'm relating it to the last reading, because it's like it's a little bit more clear, but it's almost still something like, you know, there's different things here that I'm seeing. It's like wanting to walk away. Like, I got that whole like wanting to walk away from like the mother, not being a mother, but like being the stay-at-home mom kind of thing. And it's like there's just something here. It's kind of like you find, I don't know, it could even be about your business, just being a public figure or something like that. It's like you find out something that's been going on in the background. It's like you find out about something and then you leave. You know, it's almost like when celebrities do, not celebrities, but like a CEO of a company, right? You know how maybe there's some sort of like controversy that's going on, and the CEO leaves the company before the secret, or before that whole scandal, right? Maybe it's a scandal. It might be a scandal or something. I don't know. A personal scandal, like with people that you're involved with or something like that, but or maybe even somebody who's a higher up around you. But it's almost given like that thing where it's like somebody, where a CEO leaves the company before the public finds out about all the shady dealings that's been going on, so that way they don't really catch the brunt of it. It's almost like you're avoiding something in time, and there's some sort of confrontation. Alright, let me clarify with the other cards. We're running a little low, or a little long. 3. Oh wait, I'm using the wrong one, but you know what? I'm going to use I said I was going to clarify with every day, but since I picked this up, I feel like Spirit wants me to use this deck anyway, so I'm going to use it because that's what I picked up. I have a lot of cards that fell out here. I'm not going to take it all, though. 4 Swords came out again, but I'm not going to take her because I didn't really shuffle for it. Alright, clarify. Yeah, your reading is going to be the longest out of all of them, once again. Because it's just like, it's just hard. Libra, I don't know what it is. It's like maybe you're going through something here where it's kind of like I said, maybe you feel like you're on the outside of something. You don't really have all the details, but that's just almost. This is kind of what I'm. I don't know if you heard that. My phone vibrated, so I'm gonna take that as confirmation. There's like something here that's like. It's like all the details aren't quite there, but something gets illuminated, and you have the star that came out. It's like divine timing. I heard divine timing with that. So like I was saying, something like you leave or avoid something like just in the nick of time. Like also you have a lot of repeating cards out here as well. Let me see. Not repeating cards, but numbers. We have 3 8s. So something cyclical. Actually, I have 4 8s out here. I always take 8s. Sometimes I think of it as like, I mean, it's something cyclical. 8s is also about extremes. You have the Hangman once again. Karmic number 8. You know, things go. As soon as I was about to say things go like, what goes around comes around. Literally, you have the Two of Pentacles. You have the infinity sign there. Something could be circling back and getting like, oh my gosh, once again, look at the symbolism. Another one. It's like something here is coming back around. Literally, this infinity symbol is in everything. Look, I mean, it's the strength card again, but infinity. And then you have a bunch of 8s. Then the Hangman is out here again. So something comes in here and something's going to change your mind. Something changes your mind about something. You're seeing the light about something. It's like something is changing your opinion. And then even with this lion having the infinity sign in its third eye, it's kind of like you're being, and in the sun above it, something's being illuminated. Something's illuminating your third eye. You're seeing through the shit. You're seeing through the illusions, the truth and illusions here. Ace of Swords. What did I say? Truth and illusions. The truth in illusions. You're seeing through it. There's an epiphany here. And again, with the you see that? Again. Literally again. Like, and my head is crooked. I don't know how long that was, man, but that's embarrassing. Again, with the infinity symbol. There is definitely karmic, whatever this is. It's something that's coming back around. It's divine timing. That I'm really getting divine timing. Something's coming right back around for you. And then look at the bottom of the deck. 8 of Wands. 8 of fucking Wands. Again. And that's what I was saying the last time. It's like I kept getting all these repeating cards, but it's like I could not pick up on anything. And here we are. You have some of the same cards again. The Hangman, the Strength card, and the 8 of Wands. I'm gonna pull from the Ask Your Guides Oracle and see what this is and tie it all up. So you end your reading, Libra. I feel a little bit more better about this reading. So hopefully for someone out there, for some of you, this makes sense and you know what I'm talking about. Only you know your situation and what you're going through. So you should know what this is. You have priorities. Some of you are maybe prioritizing yourself or prioritizing what's right when whatever this comes out, whatever this is that comes out for you, whatever you find out, whatever conversations you have, it's like it makes you regather your priorities. And again, with the 2 Hangman cards that came out, right? Look, the 2 Hangman cards that you have out here. Something's definitely changing your mind or changing your opinion on something. Devotion. Being devoted to. I feel like, and even with the Hierophant out here, you know, like committed and devoted to like spirituality or the truth or, you know, tradition. There's something here where I feel like maybe you were again, if you were like in the housewife situation, right, where I'm like, okay, maybe you're a devoted wife and you have priorities that you have to tend to, being a housewife or a stay-at-home mom. But now it's like maybe you're prioritizing yourself, or maybe you're prioritizing other things. And that's just an example. It doesn't have to be your story, Libra, but that's just kind of like the one example that came to mind first. So it has to be for somebody. But I still really can't pick up on what the situation is, like, at all. But it's still in line with the same reading, where it's like you're leaving something, you're giving something up. I'll pull one more for you. Even like I said with the Queen of Pentacles, it could be something, it could be job related or something, right? Like, I don't know. And maybe there's some shame involved. Maybe like maybe whatever you find out about is shameful, or maybe you feel like you're going to be shamed for it. And in leadership, and you have the card of leadership with the Hierophant. So it may be maybe there's some priorities here that you have as a leader, as somebody with influence, or somebody that just has control over something, or like you're just in charge of something, you know, just as simple as being a manager, or just being like a what do they call it, not manager but supervisor or something like that. Like you're in charge of something, you're a leader, you use your mind and your skill or something like that. People look up to that. You're somebody that people look up to in some way, shape, or form. If not, even if you don't have to be a leader per se or anything like that, but just somebody that other people depend on, period. And maybe there's like some devotion, and maybe there's some shame to being devoted to something, or maybe people shame you for being devoted to a cause or to something, or maybe you feel shameful for being devoted as much as you are, but really you want to leave and go somewhere else. Or maybe because you want to leave whatever this is, you feel like you're going to be shamed for it, or maybe you're leaving before you get shamed. I don't know. But yeah, Libra, that's what I'm seeing for you. I hope that was helpful, because yeah, that first reading was crazy. This one has been a little bit better, so hopefully this resonated with a few of you, some of you, all of you, none of you, if whatever, you know. I'm just reading the cards, but this is what I see for you, Libra. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. We can go on.